best of the Jason Ellis Show on Faction.
My dad got arrested once for saying had a T-shirt with a pig on it, like a "fuck the pigs" or something written on there. I can't remember, like a pig strank. It was a long time ago. He went to jail for it.
For wearing a shirt with a pig on it?
Well, a pig dying.
He must have done something else.
Well, he was a cocksucker all the time. He used to burn off on the cops in his car. I tell you, my dad was like a race car guy. He would always try to outgun the cops. One of the
Wait. Would he wait until they were chasing him for something and then outrun them, or would he just be like, "Oh, there's a cop. Let me race that guy"?
No, he would be like, "Let's do some hot wheeling, some mad dogging until the police come, and then fucking hoon off and see how far we can get, if not completely escape."
So how frequently did he get arrested?
A lot. He got arrested a lot, but he also got away a lot too. This is a legendary story he had with his other friend who he grew up with, which is ironic because the guy that he grew up with, they were actually born, they were neighbors, and they were born around the same time, so they were friends from birth in a roundabout way. All right. These two are in a car together. They're both very accomplished. They have money. You know, and they're still dangerous thug people. They used to fight people in the streets and go to jail all the time. They were those kind of fucking hoodlum kids. They would always call themselves thrill seekers. You know, they would always go to the hospital and break bones and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, my dad had this in Australia. It's called a Holden Commodore. Would be the car he had would be the comparison. It would be the same as like a highway patrol cop car. You know, the highway patrol ones, like, you know, with suspension and, you know, like like a racing sort of a V8 kind of car. It was that kind of a thing, but it was a ute, which you would call a truck here, but it was still a car. It just didn't have the back end thing. He some excuse for carrying stuff, but it was still the most obscene engine and suspension car that you could get at the time. You know, they had a bunch of money. My dad owned a fucking computer store or whatever Ellis-tronics, before it went bankrupt fucking 5 times. This is like 91, maybe 92. You know what I mean? He was still living the life right there. He hadn't gone completely upside down. So anyway, these guys are fucking hot dogging around or whatever in the car because he just got the car and he's showing Victor. Victor's from Sydney, Dad's from Melbourne, so they caught up with each other. They got wasted, went to a bunch of bars and strip clubs, and then they'll fucking burn around this car. And then, sure enough, the fucking police come, you know, and then off they go, hot dogging with this cop chasing him, and took off on the cop, like, because my dad's a really good driver. Like, a couple of times I've seen him drive, and he would, like, throw the car sideways down a street so that it comes out onto the other road. You know what I mean? Like, ballsy shit. Like, back then, too. Like, kind of like drifting shit. But, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be in the car like, Jesus Christ! You know what I mean? And then we'd come out onto the other road and be like, fuck me, Dad, that was amazing!
In the course of running away from the cops, your father may have accidentally invented drift racing?
Well, no, because there was other people. No, because there's people will, no matter how fast you are, there's always someone out there faster. That's what he would always say to me. You know what I mean? Because one time he'd been beaten one time in a race, and he told me the story. The guy behind him was already sideways, coming around the corner, and caught him in the revision mirror and was just like in awe of what a great driver the man was. But anyway, they drive from the suburbs into the city, and then he gets away from them. They get away from him, and they're fucking drunk, so they think it'd be funny if they pull over and wait for him. So they pull over and wait for the fucking cops. Sure enough, it's not one cop anymore, it's like 4 cop cars. So they're like, right, now we've got ourselves a fucking serious chase. So off they go into the city, and he said that they would go in the city, and he could see down the side streets that they were fucking, you know, they're not idiots.
Flanking him.
Yeah, so they're on the side. So he's fucking gunning down the street, and then pulls a fucking turn here, fucking sideways, and then fucking skids sideways through a street into somebody's fucking trees, gets out, throws the keys in the bushes, and they both just walk off like nothing happened. Goes to a strip club, hangs out with his boy, comes back to pick up the car, comes back and there's fucking cops fucking everywhere.
Oh, you mean they actually did recognize the vehicle that he ditched in someone's driveway? They were able to identify the car that all 8 of them have been chasing for the last hour.
It had Ellis-tronics on the door. It was an Ellis-tronics fucking car. It had Tex on the fucking license plate. He walks past, and I guess he didn't tell the story exactly right, but he walks past, and a cop comes up to him. So I guess he didn't walk by; he fucking stayed there, because the cop comes up to me. He goes, "How's it going, mate?" Dad's like, "Good, mate. How you doing?" "It's your car, isn't it?" "Nah, mate. Why would you say that?" "Look, I'm not gonna fucking bust you because we can't prove it, but it's your fucking car, isn't it?" He's like, "I'm not saying it's my car. I'm not gonna say that." He's like, "Well, let's just say this: you can come get the keys." if you want, because we're going to take it back to the station. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? If you've, obviously I can tell you've been drinking. You know what I mean? If you want to come back to the station in the morning and pick up the keys, you can do that. In Australia, for some weird reason, every now and then, if you're a fucking this kind of guy, I don't know how, but I've heard it more than once, you don't go to jail and they don't ruin your life for doing this? I don't understand, but...
They just kind of tip your cap?
Benefit of the doubt will go down every now and then. Like, good on you, motherfucker. Good on you, mate. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, come get the keys in the morning. So my dad goes back to the strip club and drinks all fucking night and then goes back to the police station at 7 in the morning and gets the keys and drives home. That's his story.
So he didn't even go sleep it off?
No, he got wasted at the strip club all night. But I remember him going to work. He's like, I fucking flat spotted the wheels. I'm like, what? What do you mean? He's like, I fucking locked it up so hard that I flat spotted the tires, like coming around some fucking corner into that driveway because he locked it up for so long to get it there or something. And I was like, yeah, you motherfucker! Like, I would so be in jail and raped for this fucking maneuver that you're pulling. I hate old people. He wasn't even old. He was probably like 40 or something.
Oh yeah, that's where they put you in the cell where they go, let's put him with this guy. Oh no, that guy's not going to rape him sufficiently. Let's put him in the cell with that guy.
Yeah, because, you know what I mean, I have a story that I can try to match him where I went to a party on a train that it was a 2-hour train ride out of the city. It turns out the girls lied to us and we weren't invited to it anymore and they didn't give us the address and we were stuck there trying to find it and then there was no more trains after 11 o'clock or something. There's no more trains, so we started to walk back and then out of nowhere, this walk, you know, hours and hours and hours of walking, started to rain. And it's like, it's fucking midnight and it's raining. And I'm like, dude, how gnarly is this? Like, we're just walking in the rain and we've got like 4 hours more to go and it's midnight. You know, we'd been drinking and the drinking had worn off and we're starting to get pissed off.
Terrible.
So, my friend's like, we should steal a bike. Naturally. And I'm like, fuck, we've got to do it. It's not even like I'm trying to steal anyone's bike. You know what I mean? It's a matter of fucking life or death. We've got to get out of here. I think he had to catch a plane in the morning. That's why we had to get back. So, the first bike we find is like a little girl's pink bike, like not a baby's bike, but like a teenage girl pink bike with the frame, you know, the frame so that it doesn't hit your vagina. Isn't it weird? Because a guy should have that frame.
Way more dangerous.
Yes, way more dangerous. So anyway, he steals this fucking bike and it's got the backpack, the back rack thing on the back. So I'm on the back rack thing facing the opposite way and he's pedaling. So I'm holding on, you know, when you hold on right under your ass, hold on to the rack thing to keep yourself sturdy. So I'm fucking going, you know, I mean, I'm going backwards, so I'm looking backwards and we're going down this street. I don't know how long, not very long, but I'm just thinking to myself, it's not even funny because I wasn't funny at the time. I was just like, man, we're such fucking losers. Like, I can't believe those bitches did this to us. And then sure enough, a police car comes rolling up, like cruising slow. It's a dibby van. A dibby van means, do you have panel vans in America?
No.
Like a car, it's a car, but it's a van in the back?
Not that I'm aware of.
Will you have like do you ever see Mad Max?
Yes.
Remember the orange van that pulled the guy's hand off?
Okay.
You know, so wants his hand back. Remember that?
If we ever had them, I don't think we have them. We haven't had them for a while. Maybe in like the 70s.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, it was. They still have them in Australia. They still have them. It's called a dibby van. They will fucking arrest you and put you in the dibby van. There's a mini jail in the back. It's a little mini cell in the back.
Right.
So they come alongside us and they.
Well, we've got those here in the paddy wagon.
It's kind of a paddy wagon kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the front end's a car. So anyway, they come up alongside us and they don't flash the lights or anything. They just cruise up alongside us, looking at us. He doesn't see, because we're still drunk. He's pedaling for his fucking life. And I'm just on the back looking at these two cops that are looking at me doing like 3 mile an hour cruising alongside us in the rain. And they're like, how's it going, mate? And I'm like, how's it going? You know what I mean? So we stop and, nice night for a ride. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of bullshit. Whose bike is it? And I go, it's me mum's. And he goes, it's me sister's. At the same time. So I go, oh, we're fucked. You know what I mean? Because we both said that. It's fucked. It's over. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, fuck, it's over. Yeah, I stole it. So they go, good. And they put me in the back of the divvy van. My buddy Chris says, he's drunk. He doesn't know what he's talking about. It's my sister's bike.
Oh, he's sticking with the story.
He's sticking with the story.
Right.
So he argues with them for like 10 minutes while I'm in the divvy van hearing him argue. I'm like, God, just fucking get over it and get in the goddamn divvy van. Let's go. We'll get a ride at least. So it was actually ironic because we got a ride. We were walking to the train station that day and the divvy van out of nowhere pulled us over and asked us, because we were suspicious drunk characters on the streets, what we were doing, and put us in a divvy van and drove us to the train station. How crazy is that? We got a free ride to the train station that day, and then sure enough, that night we're back in the divvy van for different reasons. So I go back to the jail, and they put me in jail, and I'm in there, and a police officer comes over to me while I'm in the cell, and he's like, "How's it going?" I'm like, "Good." And he's like, "Got caught stealing a bike, mate." I'm like, "Yeah. Heard it was a pink little girl's bike." And then I hear a bunch of dudes laughing down the corridor, like so he just came over to razz me.
Insulting you in front of your fellow prisoners?
Yes. So all the cops are laughing at me, and I'm like, "Yeah, I stole a fucking pink bike, whatever." But he ended up getting out of there. But this is the kind of rebellious maneuvers that I was pulling. I was stealing girls' pink bikes, and
being incarcerated for it.
Yeah, and being incarcerated for it. And he would get away from it and go to the strip club for 48 hours and do fucking handbrakies in his fucking arsehole car with his actual company written on the door and not go to jail and get to keep the car.
In a company car, outrun the cops, stop, let them catch up to him, outrun them again.
Yeah. He always did shit like that. It was hard for me to not think he was a legend. Because I was a young dude, you know?
It's Cullen on Faction.